Hello, welcome to Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin, and it is Yes, it's Tuesday. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna be honest. I sat here for a while in front of the camera going, what am I gonna do today? I've got some videos that are like prior filmings. I was like, oh, I could just edit one of those and get them up, but it's a lot of openings, and I've just done a couple openings. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I've had a couple of requests for me to go through how I freehand some things, and I love the idea of talking about that. But I've been thinking and trying to explain how I do it is hard to put into words. So like I tried to type it out, and that just seemed like a dribble of nonsense. And then I kind of started to try to frame in my head how I would say it, and it's not organizing nicely. So it's going to take me a little while. I had hoped to maybe make one of those videos this week, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So if you are waiting for one of those videos, give me a little time to try to organize my thoughts and figure out how best to explain that to you, because a lot of it is, there's trial and error, and a lot of it is 30 plus years of knitting experience making garments. I have far fewer years of crochet experience, but the basic garment construction is pretty much the same whether you're knitting, crocheting, or even sewing, you know, like proportions, all that kind of stuff. But how to explain it can be difficult sometimes. And I know the teachers and sharers amongst us, I hope, can sympathize with that. So I was half wondering, do I just freehand a sweater on camera and film it? But that is going to be a lengthy process if I have to sit at the crafting table and film it. So, I don't know. Okay, but I don't want to just spend the whole video here blabbering about what I'm not going to do. What am I going to do? Well, first we're going to look at the stitch marker of the day from Ellie Leva at Ellie Leva's Crafts and More. This is day 8 of her St. Patrick's Day set. Her Easter set is available if you are interested. Just message her. What do we have? Oh, this is pretty! Oh, it's got like a 4-leaf kind of almost mandala design on it, and then rainbow beads. Look at how fun that is. That charm, is it going to show up? Oh, there we go. Look at how cool that is. It has a very shamrock yet Celtic design to it. That's really cool. I like it a lot. Thank you, Ellie. Let's put this on the chain here, right there. So there are, somebody mentioned that this kind of looked like a charm bracelet, and I agree, it kind of is. It's just like a fun collection of baubles that I can then use on my projects. Okay, so what am I doing today? I'm going to share a couple of knitting and crochet patterns and books I've collected in the last couple of weeks here. I have more, but I'm not going to go through all of them because it feels like a gigantic stack, and I don't want to be too boring. But first, I was told by a certain Lit Knits Linda that I am a bad influence sometimes, and I apparently convinced her to get the pickle jar, which I fully support. I'm having so much fun with that pickle jar. But she in turn challenged me with the emotional support chicken. The emotional support chicken has been everywhere, so I did finally break down and get the pattern. So, funny story about this pattern. It's from the Knitting Tree LA. It's by Brenda Mabin and Annette Corsino. There is a knit and a crochet version. I went to their Ravelry to buy this, and I wanted the knit version. So I went to buy it, and the payment wouldn't go through. So it's like, okay, fine, I'll get the crochet version. It went through just fine, no problem. So I have the crochet version here too. This morning, I went to Ravelry to get the the next Ars Poetica square. Annette Anregord. Shannon from Another Yarn brought that to my attention. So I've been kind of collecting the squares when I think they move me. Not sure what I'm going to do with it or if when I'll get to them, but you never know. So I thought, well, while I'm here, I'll check out the Knit Chicken and see if I can get it. And the payment process today. So I do, downstairs on the printer, should be the knit version as well. When I'm going to get to them, which one I'm going to make first, I have no idea. I fully intend on them being scrappy, just chickens that I pull out of my scrap bin. But I do have the pattern, Linda and Shannon. I have it. I will make one at some point when a space opens in my rotation of crafts. Thank you. You have one. So another project that I've been dilly-dallying with and looking all around for and finally made a decision with is my hat. So if you remember, I opened Ginger Snap Yarn and I had gotten these two wanting to make a colorwork hat with it. But then I got some free skeins as a bonus in there and I thought these two might work really well together, and I asked you in the comments what you thought. The consensus was to do these two. There were a number of votes for these two, but I think overwhelmingly the pink and the green won out. And I get it. I think there's a better contrast there, but I do think this is absolutely gorgeous. So I should, in theory, have enough to make a hat with this colorway and with this colorway. But anyway, so then I was looking like, what kind of colorwork hat do I want to do? And I finally found this hat that I think actually suits, I think it suits really well. It's the Alpine Bloom hat by Caitlin Hunter, who is Boyland Knits. Here it is. And this kind of alpine flower motif has been all over. People are making tons of like beautiful colorwork yoke sweaters. It's been everywhere. But I thought with it being so floral, it would be perfect in this yarn, and it's made in DK weight. So what I'm thinking is to do the flower motif in the pink and the green as the background. So it kind of is more like grass and flower. That's my thought. So yeah, we do finally have a plan for this yarn. I'm going to keep the purple with the three of them, just because I do believe I will have enough to make another hat in the future. So, at least based on my experience making hats with DK hand-dyed hanks of yarn. What else did I get? This book. I was looking for books for Chomps on Amazon, and this popped up as a special deal. So I got a very, very good price on the second Unicorn and Dragons book from Meteor Books, Meteor Publishing. I'm very excited to get this. Now I have all three. So my collection is complete until they make a fourth. If they make a fourth. I don't know. But, of course, the cover unicorn is already greatly coveted. All of them are coveted, but I am doing my year of amigurumi this year. But I'm working through the Crochet Cute Critters book by Sarah Zimmerman, who is Repeat Crafter Me, before I get to these books. So these look a little bit more intricate than the Crochet Cute Critters books. So I want to build my confidence with that book first and then move on to something a little bit more challenging maybe? I don't know. Not that this isn't challenging, let me tell you. I am learning bunches from this book. I'm very excited. The Crochet Cute Critters book. Okay. Lit Knits Linda is also a bad influence on me. She inspired me to go find this. It's called The Little Book of Socks by Charlene Church and Beth Parrott. What this is, it's a box and it's got little like laminated cardstock patterns in it for 20 different socks. And like, look at how cool. It's amazing. I love it. Some of them are wackadoo socks, but most of them I would totally make. Where's that one I found? There was one that was like a lace sock, and it like bunched up like a scrunchie. It was so... There's like this one with a furry cuff on it. There it is. This one is like meant to scrunch up. Look at how crazy that is. This is like... That totally reminds me of like growing up in the late 80s. Like that kind of sock over a... What were those pants? They had the hook. Stirrup pants. Stirrup pants. Yes, like I could have totally seen the cool older girls wearing that. Like, I don't know, that makes me kind of happy. And so yeah, I'm excited. I am really enjoying making socks. That gives me 20 more sock patterns. Not that I need any more sock patterns. I'm kind of drowning in them now. But it's the creativity. I love it. Thank you, Linda. I'm so excited by that. And I love that they're little kind of laminated, harder, more sturdy pamphlets, because then I won't destroy it when it's thrown in my project bag. It's genius. Genius, I tell you. Okay, what else did I get? I'm going to show 2 more books. I found this one. I think it was also finally on a deal. This has been on kind of my watch list for a while. And I didn't get it, but I struggle to make crochet things that I think Brian will wear. So I got Crochet Makes for Men. And this is by Michelle Ferguson. Two Brothers Blankets is her alternative name. And it's 12 modern and masculine crochet patterns for men. And I showed it to Brian and he was very excited. There was one in here that he said he didn't like. But other than that, I think it was a vest. He was like, I'm not sure I'd wear the vest. But, the Silas Sweater Vest, page 43. Is that it? Yeah, he said he wasn't sure he'd wear the vest. But oh, the vest is on the back cover. But I think he would. I think it's all the yarn you use. You know, that can really change the look of the item. But, yeah. So I thought this would be fun to make things for Brian and Chomps. Because, you know, we want to keep the males in our life interested in wearing the items as well. Okay, let's talk about one more final thing. This is also from It's Linda. I believe it might have came in the same email as the sock book box. But it might have been a different one. I don't know. This one took a while to arrive. I'm not sure where it shipped from. But it's called Knitting on the Edge. It's Ribs, Ruffles, Lace, Fringes, Flora, Points, and Picots by Nikki Epstein. She is one of the designers in my Fridays with Fred book. So this is pretty fun. And yeah, it's just different ways and ideas to put edges on your knit projects. It's really cool. It's really interesting. So like, there's all sorts of different ideas here. I really like it. I'm pretty excited about it. There's a bunch of notes. Like, I don't want to give... There's, like, different types of ribs. How to do horizontal ribs. Striped ribs. Layered ribs. How to do 2-color. Yeah, how to add, like, tassels and fringes. And, yeah, so... all of these pictures have the pattern right next to it. Not sure. Yeah, I think that those beginning pictures are the best I can show you in the book. But yeah, it's a really interesting, fun book that kind of gets your creativity flowing. Which, I'll be honest, this video is going to be a bit chunked up because my creativity is blah today. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know what it is, but I'm having a bit of a down day, and looking at something like this and kind of just sitting here and looking at the craft materials around me. Over here I have yarn. I've got the fabric behind me. You know, it kind of rejuvenates me, which is fun and nice and good. And yeah, things like this, seeing books like this that are just brimming in creativity really gets you excited and going, and I love it. Yeah, let me know. Do you have any books like this, any things like that you've gotten recently that have excited you and got your, you know, creativity going? I keep leaning right into the camera. I apologize. You probably got a lot of nice shots of my forehead here. Yeah, I'm pretty excited by a bunch of these ideas, and I'm very excited to have the hat idea so I can put that into a project bag and put it in my whip pile. So sometimes I collect things like that and know what I want to make with it, so I put it right in a project bag, and then I have a nice little stack next to me so I can grab it and say, okay, this is what I'm doing next, this is what I'm doing now. Of course, many things jump the line, like Bodhatapalooza. I picked out my yarn for the Bodhatapalooza this week. But my hair got zipped into it. Yeah, I just like having that, so I know these are things I've already decided I want to make, and it's kind of ready to go, and I can just grab it and go. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there. Like I said, this is weird. It's going to be chopped up and chunky, and I am going to apologize in advance for that. I hope it's not too horrific to watch. And like I said, I've still got this stack of things I printed, but like for some reason I just don't want to go through the stack, and I don't want to bore you with too many things. So we'll talk about these later. But these I thought were the most exciting to talk about and share with you. And not that the others aren't exciting. These are just ones that really have sparked something recently with me, and I love that. Okay, like I said, let me know what sparked for you recently, and I'd love to check it out. Yeah, like I say, and there are 3 aspects to this crafting journey. There's the collection of the supplies. There is the collection of the patterns, or the ideas, and there is the actual making of the projects. And they're all 3 separate, pretty fun crafts in my opinion, or hobbies in my opinion. They're not necessarily crafts, although I do think there's a special skill in bargain shopping. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye!